Hello students, myself Seetu Jaiswal, Assistant Teacher, GIC Chamroli, Unnao. I welcome you in this class of English. Today we are going to read lesson 2 from your class 9th English book, Moments. This is a story named The Adventures of Toto, which is written by the famous Indian writer Ruskin Bond. Let's know about the author. Ruskin Bond is an Indian author of British descent. He was born in May 19, 1934 in Kasauli, Punjab. He lives with his adopted family in Landhar, Mussoorie, India. The Indian Council of Child Education has recognized his role in the development of children's literature in India. He was awarded Sahitya Academy Award in 1992, Padma Shri in 1999 and the Padma Bhushan in 2014. Before starting the story, students, I would like to ask you some questions. What are pets for? A pet is an animal primarily kept for a person's company or for his entertainment rather than a working animal. Do you have a pet? Is your pet mischievous? Yes, many of you would have pet at home and many pets are really very mischievous. In this story, The Adventures of Toto, we are going to read about a monkey named Toto. He was very mischievous. This story is about his mischiefs and about his naughtiness. Adventures of Toto is a humorous and interesting story. The theme of this story deals with the experience of having a wild animal as a pet. The narrator's grandfather brought home a monkey called Toto as he felt pity for the monkey. But the monkey created a lot of trouble for the owner and his family. He had to get rid of him. The experience of an animal lover has been depicted in the story. Thus the theme deals with the interaction between humans and animals. And this story also gives us the lesson that we should respect animals and keep them in comfort. Students, now we will start reading the story. Grandfather bought Toto from a Tanga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. The Tanga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough, and the monkey looked so out of place there that grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo. Here, trough, which means a long shallow container which animals eat or drink. You are seeing in this picture, this is the container which is called as trough. Toto was a pretty monkey. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief beneath deep-set eyebrows, and his teeth, which were a pearly white, were very often displayed in a smile that frightened the life out of elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. But his hands looked dried up as though they had been pickled in the sun for many years. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked and his tail, while adding to his good looks. Grandfather believed a tail would add to his good looks. Also served as a third hand. He could use it to hang from a branch, and it was capable of scooping up any delicacy that might be out of reach of his hand. Here, Anglo-Indian word is used for the people who relate to both Britain and India. Pickled means food that is preserved in vinegar. Scooping up means lifting. In this passage, the writer has described the appearance of Toto. Grandmother always fussed when grandfather brought home some new bird or animal. Means grandmother did not like grandfather's habit of bringing animals. So it was decided that Toto's presence should be kept a secret from her until she was in a particularly good mood. Grandfather and I put him away in a little closet opening into my bedroom wall, where he was tied securely, or so we thought, to a peg fastened into the wall. So it was decided that Toto would be kept tied to a peg in the cupboard of narrator's bedroom. Here, first means worried or excited. Securely means safe. Peg means a hook. A few hours later, when grandfather and I came back to release Toto, we found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood out as naked brick and plaster. The peg in the wall had been wrenched from its socket, and my school blazer, which had been hanging there, was in shreds. I wondered what grandmother would say, but grandfather didn't worry. He seemed pleased with Toto's performance. When Toto was tied in narrator's bedroom, he has created a complete mess. Here, ornamental means decorative, naked means uncovered, wrenched means broken, socket means attachment, shreds means cut into thin slices. He is clever, said grandfather. Yes, grandfather was happy at Toto's performance, at Toto's mischief. Given time, I am sure he could have tied the torn pieces of your blazer into a rope and made his escape from the window. His presence in the house is still a secret. Toto was now transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarter, where a number of grandfather's pets lived there very sociably together. A tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, and for a while my pet goat. Yes, in the zoo of grandfather there were many animals. But the monkey wouldn't allow any of his companions to sleep at night. So grandfather, who had to leave Dehradun next day to collect his pension in Saharanpur, decided to take him along. Due to Toto's mischief, grandfather has decided to take him along to Saharanpur. Here, sociably means in a friendly manner. Unfortunately, the narrator says that unfortunately I could not accompany grandfather on that trip, but he told me about it afterwards. A big black canvas kit bag was provided for Toto. This, with some straw at the bottom, became his new abode. When the bag was closed, there was no escape. Toto could not get his hands through the opening, and the canvas was too strong for him to bite his way through. His efforts to get out only had the effect of making the bag roll about on the floor or occasionally jump into the air. an exhibition that attracted a curious crowd of onlookers on the Dehradun railway station. Here, abode means the place where you live. Escape means to get free. Yes, Toto remained in the bag as far as Saharanpur, but while grandfather was producing his ticket at the railway turnstile, Toto suddenly poked his head out of the bag and gave the ticket collector a wide grin. The poor man was taken aback, but with great presence of mind, the ticket collector, and much to grandfather's annoyance, he said, "Sir, you have a dog with you? You'll have to pay for it accordingly." Here, turnstile means a mechanical gate. Grin, to give a broad smile. In vain did grandfather take Toto out of the bag. In vain did he try to prove that a monkey did not qualify as a dog or even as a quadruped. Toto was classified a dog by the ticket collector, and 3 rupees was the sum handed over as his fare. Then grandfather, just to get his own bag, took from his pocket our pet tortoise and said, "What must I pay for this, since you charge for all animals?" Here, vain means an unusual, unsuccessful attempt. Quadruped means an animal which has 4 feet, especially a mammal. Fare means ticket price. To get his own bag. This is an idiom which means to take revenge. The ticket collector looked closely at the tortoise, prodded it with his forefinger, gave grandfather a pleased and victorious look and said, "No charge, it's not a dog." Here, prodded means to push or press somebody or something. Triumphant means victorious. When Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, yes, gradually grandmother accepted Toto. He was given a comfortable home in the stable, where he had for a companion the family donkey named Nana. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. To his surprise, he found Nana without apparent cause, pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. Apparent, here apparent means that seems to be real or true but may not be. Halter means a rope or a leather strap put around the head of a horse. Grandfather gave Nana, a donkey, a slap across her haunches, and she jogged back, dragging Toto with her. He had fastened onto her long ears with his sharp little teeth. Toto and Nana never became friends. Haunches means the back end of an animal. Jug means to move with a sudden, sharp movement. A great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was the large bowl of warm water given him by grandmother for his bath. He would cunningly test the temperature with his hand, then gradually step into the bath, first one foot, then the other, as he had seen me doing, means he was copying the narrator, until he was into the water up to his neck. Once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hands or feet and rub himself all over. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. If anyone laughed at him during this performance, Toto's feelings would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. One day Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. Here, treat means something special or enjoyable that you pay for or give to somebody or yourself. Here, cunning means clever. Let's see what happened next. A large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. Such a mischievous monkey. Finding the water just warm enough for a bath, he got in with his head sticking out from the open kettle. This was just fine for a while until the water began to boil. Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. He continued hopping up and down for some time until grandmother arrived and hauled him half-boiled out of the kettle. If there is a part of the brain specially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. He was always tearing things to pieces. Whenever one of my aunts came near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress and tear a hole in it. Here, lid means the top part of a box, pot, etc. that can be lifted up or taken off. Hauled means pull or drag with effort or force. One day, let's see one more naughtiness of Toto. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice. My grandmother screamed and Toto threw a plate at her. One of my aunts rushed forward and received a glass of water in the face. When grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. We found him in the branches of the jackfruit tree, the dish still in his arms. He remained there all afternoon, eating slowly through the rice, determined on finishing every grain. And then, in order to spite grandmother who had screamed at him, he threw the dish down from the tree and chattered with delight when it broke into 100 pieces. Here, spite means a desire to hurt, annoy or offend someone. Chattered means the sound made by the monkey. Obviously, Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long. When grandfather realized that we were not well-to-do and could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtains and wallpapers, so grandfather found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. Yes, this is the story, students. Finally, due to his lots of mischievousness, due to his lots of naughtiness, the grandfather has to decide to get rid of him, and he finally sold it back to the Tonga driver in 3 rupees. Students, here are the question answers. It will help you to recall the content of the story. Where did grandfather have Toto? How much had he to pay for him? Grandfather brought Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. Where was Toto kept to keep his presence a secret from grandmother? Toto was kept in a little closet tied securely to a peg to keep his presence a secret from grandmother. Why does the ticket collector insist on calling Toto a dog? The ticket collector didn't accept grandfather's claim that Toto was not a dog. He called it a dog and charged a ticket fee for it because only dogs were allowed to travel on trains. If Toto had to travel by train, then he would have to be termed as a dog. When grandmother accepted Toto, where was he given home? When grandmother accepted Toto, he was given home in a stable. A comfortable home in stable. How did grandfather get rid of Toto? Grandfather realized that Toto was not the kind of pet they could keep for long. So he found the tanga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. Students, here is the mind map. Through mind mapping, we will organize the events. Yes, our story start from when grandfather bought Toto from a tanga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. Yes, and after this, Toto was a pretty monkey. His tail served as a third hand. Next, Toto was kept as a secret from grandmother. Next, grandfather put him away in a little closet where he made a complete mess. Next, grandfather decided to take Toto along with him to Saharanpur. Next, grandmother accepted Toto and he was given a comfortable home at stable. Next, Toto was extremely mischievous, so grandfather sold it back to tanga driver. Yes, these are the events that we have organized. Here is the recapitulation work. In this work, there are multiple choice type questions. Here are these statements which are followed by 4 possible answers, or we can say alternatives. Students, we will choose the right alternative. Toto was tied securely to a tree, stump, peg or cot. Toto was tied securely to a peg. Yes, this will be the right alternative. The tanga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to his tanga, a feeding trough, nowhere a tree. The tanga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough. B alternative will be right. Yes. Next, grandfather believed that a tail would add to anyone's good look. A money, only monkey's looks, or Toto's mischief. What will be the right alternative? Number A, anyone's good look. Yes, grandfather believed that a tail would add to anyone's good looks. Number 4, Toto had fastened onto Nana's ears with his long fingers, tail, hands or sharp little teeth. Yes, D option will be right, sharp little teeth. Grandfather sold Toto back to the tanga driver for only 1 rupee, 2 rupee, C number 3 rupees or 5 rupees. Which alternative will be right? C number 3 rupees. Yes students, C number will be the right alternative. Next, here is the recapitulation work. Once again, we will do true false statements. In this, there are the statements and we will choose if these statements are true or false. Number 1. Toto was bought from a tranga driver for 5 rupees. This is a true statement or false? Yes, this is true. This statement will be true. Toto was a pretty parrot. Students, you have read the story and now you can tell us who was Toto. Toto was a mischievous monkey. Yes, so this statement will be false. When grandfather brought home some new bird or animal, grandmother became happy. This is false. Wrong statement. Toto's tail added to his good looks. Yes, this is true. Toto was friendly to his companions in the cage. This will be true or false? It will be false because as he was very naughty, he was not friendly to his companions. At length, Toto and Nana became friends. This is also false because Toto and Nana can never become friends. Before entering the water, Toto cleverly checked the temperature with his hands. Yes, this is true. They were well-to-do people and could easily afford frequent loss. This is a false statement. Yes, students. Now we have done this recapitulation work. Here is the homework for you. How does Toto come to grandfather's private zoo? Describe in brief. Next question, describe Toto's look. Next, make a list of books written by Ruskin Bond. Now, this is the homework for you to do at home. Thus, students, you have read this story in which we have read about the mischiefs of a monkey named Toto. This story also gives us the lesson that we should respect animals and keep them in comfort. I hope all of you have enjoyed this story. Thank you.